Hi, Comfy Joey family. My name is Jenny Swizer Sullivan. I am going to make a quick video. You won't actually need to see my face, and I have the camera pin just so. I wanted to make a quick video about how to actually thread your ring sling. So I have this in my lap and pinned down, so I'll bring it a little bit further. You can see here's the shoulder part, and then the very end of the ring sling, the end of the material down here. So what I'm going to do is thread it just in front of me so that you can see what's going on. I'm going to take this material coming from behind the rings. You can thread this on or off your body. I prefer to thread it on my body because the tension definitely helps get things in place. I'm going to go through the rings, and what we want to do is for the material, or what we want to have is for that material to fold back onto itself, so without twisting it. So this material is going to be straight. This is going to be my top rail. I separate these rings and then feed. Give me just a second, baby bear. Feed that material back through. So if I were to just go ahead and pull this material through, it would be on my body like this, if I were looking down at it. But what's going to happen here is if this material is all bunched up and there are large sections of folded material, I am going to be unable to loosen or tighten this ring sling by adjusting the rails. So what I want to do is, instead of having 4 or 5 big pleats, is to have about 45, as an estimate. Instead of 4 or 5 big pleats, 45 little pleats. So what I'm doing is loosening up this material so that I can see this top ring, and I'm going to put my fingers through. I actually prefer to put my index fingers through. Some people like to put their thumbs through. Actually, when I'm wearing it, now that I think about it, when I'm wearing it, I have my thumbs through, but I'm going to show you with my index fingers through because you can see my finger going all the way through. So I'm going to find this top rail and smooth it out. Linen can be kind of tricky in that it folds up pretty neatly, so we want to make sure we've got that rail all the way out and all the way loose. And then I'm going to walk this along my fingers. You can see my other finger right here. I don't have too much slack in there, but I'm just going to walk this along slowly. And you don't have to do this every single time you put on your ring sling. Ring slings are what are called poppable carries, which means that you can loosen it, take the baby out, wear it in the car, while the baby's in the car seat, and then put baby back in, tighten it up, and go. So you don't actually have to take the carrier off. But this is an important step that if you don't do it correctly, you run into a whole lot of problems with your ring slings. So I have gotten all the way over to the other side. This is my bottom rail. It's the outside seam. And while I'm still holding on to this, I'm going to kind of push it back through my ring sling, grab the tail down here, and pull about as much slack. Now this is a little different because I've got it just slung into my lap. About as much slack out as I can, and then when I pull that out, I don't have nearly as many folds. Or I don't have nearly as many large folds. I have lots of little folds. So I am going to reestablish my rails being on the end. So there's my outside rail, get that back into focus, and my inside rail, or top rail. Just fold that back over. And then I'm ready to go. And what that's going to allow for, is if this was against my body, is to tighten and loosen very easily. I will say this while I've got this up close. If I want to tighten the top rail or loosen the top rail, it is totally possible for me to just lift up right here and pull this material through. If I want to loosen the center when I'm wearing the baby, to lift up in the middle, and if I want to loosen the bottom rail, I can lift up over here and pull that material through. So I hope you guys found that helpful.